Hey guys, it's Ashley at ID Pilates. Today's workout is just going to be a quick workout that you are going to want to do when you don't feel like working out. So a lot of just like feel good favorites, a little bit of strength work in there, but nothing too strenuous. Mostly my favorites. So we're going to get started on one red spring. The bar is in the highest setting. Standing on our left side for our eaves lunge. I like the bar to be at the highest setting for this so that I don't feel like I'm leaning forward as I'm taking my eaves lunge. The foot is flexed, the heel draws down into the shoulder block. And then as we push back, we're just going to be mindful that we're not arching that lower back too much. So I'm erring on more of a pelvic tilt under to really find that length and stretch to the front of the hip. And then draw back in. We're going to take two more there. And one more time. And then I want you to hold this one as low as you can. Continue to point that right hip forward. Take the left arm off the bar and twist open to your left, as if you're reaching that arm to the wall behind you. And then bring the arm back onto the bar. Send your right arm to the sky and side bend over to your left instead. So finding a lot of length from your fingertips all the way down to that right knee. We'll pull the carriage back in. This time we're going to face towards it. So you're going to have your left foot underneath the frame against the leg of the reformer, and then your right foot to the shoulder block. You can keep one hand on the bar if you've never done this before, and then one hand on the carriage. And you're just going to take your split out to your side, and then make your way back in. If you're familiar with this, then you're going to prefer to have both hands down. Another good option is to bring your hands to the frame if you feel like you need to lean forward more and find a deeper stretch in your inner thighs. And then just make sure that the inner thigh that you're stretching, you want that leg to stay straight. So as I'm pushing out, I'm making sure that my right leg remains straight and back in. Okay, let's go to our other side. Setting up with that eaves lunge first. Make sure you have a big distance between the front leg and the back leg. So I don't want to start all the way here. When I take my eaves lunge, it's just going to feel a little bit cramped. We're looking for length here. So step that foot forward, tuck the tail just gently, and then exhale as you press back. And inhale in. Stay as relaxed as you can through your shoulders. We'll hold this one. Right arm comes off the bar, twist open to the right. As much as you can. Come back to the bar. Left arm up and then side bend over to your right. And then pull all the way back in. Okay, then we're going to take our center split here. So right foot under the frame, left foot to the shoulder block. One or both hands can come down, and then you're going to press out to your left. And come back in. And let's just take one more here. Great, carriage can come in all the way. We're going to set up for footwork. So on a day like today where I just want to get movement in my body, but I don't want to kill myself, I'm going to go lighter with my footwork springs. So I'm going to do 3 red and 1 blue. On a heavier day, I'd probably do 3 red and 1 green. My foot bar sits in the middle. I'm between like 5'3", 5'4". If you're a little bit shorter than 5'3", you're probably going to like your bar at the higher setting. Head rest up or down. And then go ahead and just get comfortable there. We're going to start on our heels. We're in a neutral spine. Heels are about the same distance as the hips, knees pointing to the sky. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale as you press out to straighten. Inhale back in, and exhale to push. So allow that length from your legs to travel all the way up through the body, all the way up through your head. Then we're gonna turn out for our Pilates V, keeping the heels together on the bar, working out from the hips, and then exhale, push, and inhale in. One more there. Slide the heels to the corners of the foot bar. So now hips, knees, and feet are all turned out. Exhale and press. Inhale, draw in. And continue to find that rotation from your hips even as you're pushing out. You're wrapping your thigh bones outwards. Now we're gonna find the opposite. So we internally rotate until the knees collapse together. Exhale, you press out and separate. Inhale, draw together to close. Last one here. Walk your feet back to center. So I'm gonna allow my toes to kind of line up between the hips again. I want the toes to be on the bar and the heels to be lifted high. Exhale, you press out. Sink those heels under the bar for a stretch. Lift the heels back up and then return the carriage. Press it out. Stretch under. Float them up and pull back in. One more like this. All the way in. And then we're gonna finish footwork with treading and prancing. So you'll press out first. Let your right heel fall under the bar. You'll bend your left leg. And then you're gonna alternate and just move at your own pace here, whatever feels good. And kind of let the weight of the shoulder blocks push your shoulders down. It's a good reminder not to have the shoulders all the way up into your ears. Let's pull the carriage in. Headrest can come down all the way. And then heels back onto the bar. This is where I'd like to scoot down just a bit. I don't want my shoulders to be shoved into the blocks. We're gonna take our bridging here. So pressing down into the heels. Exhale as you scoop your belly in to tuck your tail and start to roll the pelvis up. Inhale at the highest point of your bridge. And then exhale as you slowly lower back down. We'll take 3 more like that. Finding lots of length through the front of the body, but still being able to relax the rib cage at the top of your bridge and not puffing your chest. 2 more. Really massaging the spine on the way down. 1 more time. And all the way down. Then we're gonna roll off to our side so that we can switch our springs. Let's go ahead and switch to 2 red springs or just 2 heavy springs if you don't have reds. We're gonna lie back down. So I'm gonna bring my headrest up. We're gonna take some feet and straps here. Long loops on your feet if you have that option. Let's go ahead and start where we're just in a tabletop position. So my knees and my feet glue together, shins pretty much parallel to the ceiling, hips heavy. On an exhale, press the legs out towards the bar, and then inhale and pull into return. One more there. Hold this one forward. Stay parallel, stretch those toes away from you, and then float the legs up. And lower back down. So really focusing on finding the length behind the legs, especially as the legs lift back up. Now instead we're gonna find rotation throughout the legs, find a Pilates V in the feet, and then lift and lower here. Let's hold this one down. Keep the heels touching. Start to move into your frog legs. You're opening wide and then pushing away. I like to flex my feet as I draw them towards me and then stretch through the tops of the toes as I push away. It's just an extra way to find some more ankle mobility. And one more. And then float the legs back up to the sky. We're going to take our leg circles here. Open at the top, press it away, and lift back up. And you're going to find the size that feels good for you. Find that range of mobility in the hips. Legs come back up, and we're going to reverse that, going down on an exhale and up with your inhale. And just one more circle here. Hug those knees into your chest. This will be that one moment where we're actually allowing the tail to come off the carriage. Finding flexion into that low back. Then we're going to take our left foot out of the loop, place it on the bar, and extend the right leg to the ceiling. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, you're going to continue to bend into your left leg. If that's not enough, you can take your foot down onto the platform instead. Nice deep breaths. As you exhale, you can relax a little bit more into your right hip. Let that hamstring go. Turn out both of your hips, walking the left foot to the left, turning my right hip out to the right. And I just want you to feel like your body is leveled here, so you're not falling off to your right side. Press the bar away. Your left leg should go back in line with your hip, and your right leg is going to cross over into your IT band stretch. If you already feel enough here, you can stay here. Otherwise, you can bend into your left leg. Come to center for your figure four. While you're here, you're going to push your left knee away from your chest. This just ensures that you're keeping that left hip externally rotated. You'll feel a little bit deeper. Uncross, we're going to switch sides. So again, just take it step by step. See how this feels with the legs straight. If you're very tight through the back of the leg, you might need both legs straight here. That's okay. If you're a little looser in your hamstring, you're probably going to let your foot come down to the platform. And then turn out both of your hips. Walk your right foot to the right. And then while you're there, again, just double check that your body doesn't fall off to your left side. We'll press the bar away. Let the left leg come across the body. Maybe bend into your supporting leg to deepen. And come back to center for your figure four. Then we're going to uncross and take that loop off. Roll to your side to sit up. I'm going to keep this on 2 reds, but you always have the option to add on an additional spring here if you'd like it to feel a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to keep my headrest up. So I'm going to lie on my side. I'm on my right side first. Bottom leg just stays bent and supported on the carriage. Top leg is going to bend, toes and heel both on the bar if I can. If I'm too tight through the calf, then my heel is probably going to lift a little bit, and that's okay. On an exhale, you're going to press straight out and back in. What we're looking for is that when you straighten your leg, you're still able to keep some length on the side of your waist. So we're not allowing the hip to hike up into our rib cage. finding that work from the back side of the leg to push away. So glutes and hamstring. And one more time. Once you return, you're gonna find external rotation. So now just the heel would be on the bar. My knee is more so pointed towards the ceiling. Exhale, you press out. And inhale, return. Really fighting to keep that rotation throughout the left hip, even as I straighten the leg. And then just one more. Awesome. Okay. Sit yourself up. We're going to go to the other side. Back to parallel in our top leg. Bottom leg resting. Exhale, we press. And inhale back in. We're also making sure that both of the hips are perfectly stacked here. So sometimes it helps just to bring your hand behind the hips, making sure that your top hip is not rolling back into your hand. Let's take 2 more there. Rotating from your hip, knee and foot. Exhale, press, and inhale in. We'll take 3 more here. One more time. Good. We'll bring the legs to the floor and then just sit yourself back up. Let's bring our bar back to the higher setting. Switch your spring to 1 red and 1 blue, or 1 heavy and 1 medium. Stand on top of the reformer with the hands on the bar, and then walk your feet back to your shoulder blocks. You want to make sure that your heels are nice and heavy. You still have some weight throughout the toes and the front of the foot there. And then shifting your hips back until they are over your heels. So that might be the hardest part for those of us that are very tight in the hamstrings. It can be a little bit harder to really get the hips back. So you're just going to try your best. My ears are going to line up between my arms, so my chest comes fairly close towards the thighs. On an inhale, press the carriage back, hinging from your hips. And then as you exhale, pull the legs back underneath you, and take that again. The idea is that as you pull the carriage back in with that exhale, you're able to pull the abdominals in, which draws the carriage to close. One more time. Keep it all the way in. And then we're just going to come down to kneeling. This is where you might prefer to have the bar in the middle versus the high setting. It's just up to you. I think I'm going to keep it on the high setting here. Hands on the bar, feet against the shoulder blocks. Now my toes are drawing down into the carriage instead, and I want my heels to push into the back of the blocks as much as they can. We're going to press the hips forward, lift the sternum and the eyes, and keep the eyes looking up. Working from my arms, I want to press the carriage away from me, and then pull the carriage back in as if I'm drawing the bar closer towards my hips. Not looking down as I press that bar away. I want to try to maintain that shape throughout the spine and feel the connection from the tops of my shoulders all the way down my back as I'm pulling in. One more time. Then we're going to sit back so that we can move our bar back into the middle. Keep your left foot where it is. Hands to the bar. You're going to step your right foot forward onto the platform. You can choose ball of the foot or heel. I try to get my heel to be there, and I just let my shin rest against the bar. We're going to do a split prep. So traditionally this is done on top of the bar. It's a little bit more strenuous. For today's class, we're just taking it easy. So we're gonna press the carriage back, allowing our left hip to fall forward. So I can start to feel that stretch to the front of my left hip, and then pull back in. Exhale, press away, and inhale, pull it in. If this bothers your left knee, if you feel like you have a lot of pressure in your knee, a towel would be very handy, any type of cushion, maybe a yoga mat. Now we're gonna hold this. So I have my left hip pushing forward, and I just wanna push out from my right leg a little, and then draw back in from my right leg. Out from my right leg, and in. 2 more. And last one. Let's switch legs. Right foot to the shoulder block, and left heel back onto the platform. Moving from your right side first, pressing out, sinking into that stretch, and pull back in. Let's take one more there. Hold this one out. The left leg starts to press, and the left leg starts to pull back in. And just one more time. Then we're gonna switch our spring to one red, making sure that the blue comes off. I want you to sit where your legs are stretched out in front of you, and your hips come all the way to the back of the shoulder blocks. We're gonna flex the feet so that the legs feel active. We're gonna pick up our long loops and kind of wrap our thumbs in the loops. Starting with my arms close to my sides, elbows pulling back, just sitting nice and tall. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, round your chest, or bring your chin into your chest, round forward to reach your arms out. Then you're gonna lift the arms to about the height of the shoulders, really lengthen out your spine, and just start to sit tall. Once you're tall, you'll circle your arms out to the sides, and then pull back in where you started. So we'll take that again. Round forward first. Now lengthen out, so your spine and your arms are in a diagonal line. Sit nice and tall, and circle. Let's take 2 more there. Round and reach. Lengthen the arms and the spine. Lift all the way up, and circle. One more time. Lengthen, lift, and circle. Great job, you guys. Put your straps down. Okay, so we are gonna finish today's session with a mermaid stretch. It's always good to get that side flexion in. Feels really good for the shoulders too. So I'm gonna face towards you, left hand on the bar, which brings the left leg in front and the right leg off to the side. Reach your right arm away from you. Left hand is in front of the shoulder on the bar. Press away first, side bend over. So you're finding that C shape along the side of the body. Lift back up on your inhale. Grab your shoulder block, and then exhale as you go the other direction. We'll take that again. Hand to the bar. Press away and reach over. You're lifting up out of your hips as you take that side bend versus just slouching into it here. So you want to feel a lot of length. Inhale up and exhale over. Now slightly different on this one. You're going to press away. Bring your arm over to meet the left hand and then space out your hands. Right now the chest is squared down to the floor, eyes looking down. On an inhale, we're going to start to draw the shoulder blades down our back. Lift the chest. Lift the chin and pull in. Exhale, press away. And again, inhale, shoulders down, but chest comes up. And press away. One more time. Hold that flat back position. Walk your left hand back where we had it. And then you'll untwist and just sit up all the way. Let's turn around for our other side. Right hand is on the bar, so that brings the right leg in front of you. Exhale, you press the bar away, side bend over. Inhale, lift back up. Grab your shoulder block and then pull your body over to the left. Take that again, right hand on the bar, exhale, push. Inhale, lift. And exhale, over. Then we'll take our other variation. You push away, you bring your left arm over, right arm to the other corner. And now our body is more squared to the floor versus the side wall. Inhale, lift your chin, open your chest, stretch into your belly as you lift up. And exhale, press away. Inhale, we lift. The shoulders feel heavy and relaxed. Exhale, you push. One more to finish. Walk your right hand back to the center. Untwist your body so that you can sit up all the way. And that's it. Great job, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye.